Always great to talk to you, George. And, we've talked a lot about this and the need to restore the integrity in the FBI, an agency that's needed in this country. A lot of people now are calling for defunding the FBI. But where things stand right now, George, what we know, what we don't know, what do we need to hear from Christopher Wray? What do we need to hear still from Merrick Garland?
Yeah, thanks a lot for having me. And look, when I'm looking at the big picture of the sequence of events over the last 72 hours or so, it really harkens and highlights the key fact that a two-tier justice system in this country is incredibly dangerous and corrosive to not only our way of life, but to our country itself. And when I saw Attorney General Merrick Garland basically go on a podium and state that he was the one that ordered a raid on the residence of the former president of the United States, I just want the viewers to imagine if it was Attorney General Barr doing the same exact thing. What if Attorney General Barr was on a podium and he was relaying to the American public that he personally ordered a raid on President Obama's residence under an alleged Presidential Records Act violation, and then a federal agency even leaked information that informants were used against President Obama?
And George,
that's exactly what happened here.
Didn't Attorney General Barr actually come out and say he was not going to investigate President Biden? He was not going to do these things, because at the time President Biden was a political rival of Donald Trump. And he went out of his way to make sure there wasn't even the appearance of impropriety or politicization of the DOJ while he was there.
That's absolutely right, John. Actually, Attorney General Barr was excoriated by Republicans, the Republican base, and the media for that hands-off approach to especially the Hunter Biden investigation in the weeks leading up to the 2020 election. You now have one of the most highly contested and heated midterm elections right around the corner. You have a series of victories by America First candidates after President Trump basically supported them. And days after those victories, especially in Arizona, you have this raid that really smells of a selective targeting and political persecution. You also did have both sides of the aisle, on the left and the right, overwhelmingly condemn or at least question the validity, the integrity, and why this raid did occur, and why a subpoena at least would not have been a much more appropriate choice for a former president. So people are beginning to question this, and I do find it especially disturbing that both Attorney General Merrick Garland and FBI Director Wray expressed tacit threats to anybody who might be questioning the FBI or the DOJ's moves in this particular manner.
And George, that's the thing too. In a very, brief press conference yesterday, Merrick Garland laid out, a few bare minimum facts here. He okayed the raid, but then he really vehemently defending the FBI, saying, he will not stand by silently while their integrity is unfairly attacked. I mean, I think that angered a lot of people even more, that he would be so indignant and not even recognize that, yes, there could be some things that maybe have questioned our integrity, to not acknowledge it at all. What did you take of his staunch comments there, saying the FBI has done nothing wrong ever?
It certainly feeds the perception that he's there to protect the institution and not the Constitution. It's overwhelmingly evident at this point that the FBI and the DOJ have had a checkered, let's say, if not egregious, past in terms of particular civil rights violations, going back to the 70s, if you want to go that far back. And now you, of course, have the Carter Page FISA warrant violations, his rights violated. You had other damning information coming out recently regarding exactly what the FBI was up to during the 2016 campaign. So for Attorney General Merrick Garland to basically come out and to suggest that the FBI and the DOJ are perfect, and that anybody questioning it might be under some sort of investigation, that really harkens back, I think, to the McCarthy era and the dangerous events of that era, which the United States has fortunately moved ahead from. So I think Americans on both sides of the aisle should really be concerned about this rhetoric because it might be conservatives being persecuted this time around, but moving forward, if you do have a DOJ run amok, it could be the Democrats. So I think Americans have to unite in condemning this type of rhetoric and really hold our DOJ accountable, transparent, and assure that no one is below the law.
As Thomas Jefferson told us, it's our patriotic duty to hold these folks accountable. Great to see you, George Papadopoulos. Thank you.